My Carnage welder is my go-to welder. You want to see how easy it is to get to?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
We've got the fastest deployable welder. A Carnage welder is a wire feed welder. It's basically batteries and everything inside of a box. It's quick deployment. Just take out the case, open it up, turn it on, and you're ready to start welding. No pulling batteries or getting cables out. It's literally 30 seconds and you're up and ready to weld.
It's very user-friendly, awesome penetration on the welds. The first weekend I was out with it, I had to use it, and it's the only reason I was able to complete the second course in my competition.
If you're ranching and farming, you have to have a Carnage welder in your tool bag.
If you're a hunter and you're off the grid, the Carnage welder is going to be a necessary tool.
You break, let's fix it. 10 minutes later, let's get back on the trail and let's try whatever you broke it on again.
I'm able to utilize that in so many different aspects of my life.
I always carry a Carnage welder as a part of my off-road gear.
Pack it wherever you need to, flip a switch, hook up a ground, and start welding. It's that simple.
We've chased checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires, built for whatever you're chasing.
I'm ready.
Okay, I think.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to another WERock Wednesday presented by Laser Nut. For all of your laser cutting, forming, and welding needs, send him an email at info@lasernut.com. Huge shout out, as always, to Cody for helping us out for the 2025 season and all of the trophies all season long. Maxxis tires, whether for work or for play, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires. I want to thank Metal Cloak Suspension, Brannick Motorsports, Behemoth Drivetrain, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive,
Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Tire Right, and Axle Helmets.
All right. With that, I was going to jump into just a little bit of news segment before we get into our guest this week, but not a whole lot to talk about other than Dave Wong putting the Club 42 Racing Unlimited car up for sale. Pretty surprising and shocking to hear that, but
yeah,
I don't know that means he's out. I think it just depends on whether the car sells or not. So I do wish him luck on selling the car, and I also don't wish him luck on selling the car. So there's that.
Yeah, we will see where that car ends up, and maybe if we'll see it next season.
Yeah. The only other news that I saw throughout the Facebook world noteworthy this week was that the Jeremy Winters and Alyssa were out running the car one last time before they tear it down for maintenance and upgrades for next year. So that's exciting. If you guys are doing upgrades on your vehicles or anything that you have going on in the off season, tag us in there, and we'd love to talk about it on the WERock news segment. So with that, we will introduce our special guest tonight, our 2025 Sportsman Bee champions of the Brannick Motorsports National Championship. We have Christian Breiske. Yeah, we'll get it right, and at least we'll get Ernie's right, probably right. Ernie Armijo. So, thanks for joining us, guys. Caleb's getting you dialed up on screen.
All right.
All right. Welcome to WERock Wednesday. We already have Skip Scott over in the comment section on Facebook requesting some antics out of the Farmington, the New Mexico representation. So no pressure.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having us. And hi from Las Cruces, New Mexico. And sorry, Skip, we will keep this a PG-13 and not start undressing like other people tend to do.
Well, we appreciate that too. We also appreciate Skip, but all right. Well, congratulations on your national championship this season. You guys worked very hard to get to that point. So congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I didn't do my due diligence and see. Did you guys should have had the Western Series championship as well?
Yeah.
And then
we got both this year.
And then 2024, you guys had the Western Championship in Sportsman B as well, right?
That is correct.
All right. So with that, what was your first comp? Whether it was WERock or
first was Farmington, right? I think at Grand Nationals 3 years ago. Yeah. There was still that was with the old car, was it? No, that was with the new car, but I still had the SX on it. So it was very wide, very not necessarily suited for the courses Caleb is setting. But that was the first run where we was like, let's try it and see what happens. And our goal was not to be last, and we succeeded. And then unfortunately, that kind of escalated from there.
Yes.
However you can see it.
So I do remember the conversation with Skip. He's like, I've got some guys, but they're running. I think you were running 43-inch XSs on there, which were not allowed in the class. And he's like, oh, I've got some great guys, but their tires are a little bit big. I'm like, it'll be fine. So,
well, and of course, Skip was, supposedly bringing you guys in, so I didn't know what to expect coming from Skip.
That is a complete warranted thought right there.
But I know I was walking by one of the sportsman courses, checking on everything, and you guys were navigating the gate, and I think you guys were doing like a rear burn and pivoting around a cone. And right there, when I saw that, I was like, these guys know how to compete. They're going to do well. The skill and thought process going into, doing a rear burn around a cone like that, usually definitely not something you see for a first comp.
Yeah, you guys definitely knew how to manipulate a vehicle around the courses, and that's at least half of the battle with WERock. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, that was a setup. We had about an eighth of an inch on each tire side, so we had to come up with creativity with that. We couldn't just drive through it.
Yeah, you had to be creative. So whose idea was it to start competing? Was that solely planted through Skip, or was that something that you guys had talked about, or how did that come about?
So Skip was bugging me for probably a couple of years, and so once he got infected with that bug, he was just like, man, you got to try it. And I was hesitant but interested, if you will, right? Because back then it was a Jeep, Fallington and all that, but it was nowhere near a car where I thought I could take it out there. And when I do something, I kind of like to be at least in my mind be competitive, even though everybody else is showing me I'm not. So then eventually I built the car that I have now, and that was then with the mindset, now I don't feel too bad not having to bring that monster out there, but actually having something that fits between the cones. But yeah, in the end, it was kind of Skip that bugged me for a couple of years. We even drove out there to Alamogordo. He brought his cones. We set some stuff up. So he was really trying to light that fire. And then once that kind of got ignited, it was so who am I doing this with? And then relatively quick, I was like, hey, Ernie, we wheel together all the time. And he's very patient. He knows me. He knows the car. And then Ernie jumped on board.
Yeah, he asked me, and I told him 110%. Let's do it.
Little did he know what you got yourself into. Both of us.
It happens that way.
I just love it when he tells me we have 6 minutes left on the clock, because then I make him do stuff he didn't want to do.
You that was yeah. You don't need just 6 minutes for that.
One day we have to record that audio, and then it's probably going to be a 9.5 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one of my first comps. We'd put together kind of a pretty good plan, but not. It was still pretty flexible. We got through a couple gates, and yeah, it was like, well, we got 6 minutes left. Do we want to, do the fourth gate and finish, or do we want to try this bonus over here? And I was like, well, we got 6 minutes, we might as well go wheel some more. So that was kind of how our early competitions went as well. It's like, we got time. Let's try and do some cool stuff.
Yep. I remember a situation just like that. It was the beginning of this year. It was in Baghdad, the first C1, the last course of the day. That bonus on the left, where a lot of folks were struggling on. And I said, let's just try it. If I don't even climb it, we're good. Let's just try it. I said, I don't know. Ernie was convinced that is a great idea. And so, he walks around the boulder, and contrary to all our expectations, within 3.5 seconds, I was up on that boulder, and the car started pivoting. And I just remember him saying, "Oh, you're already here." I said, "Yeah, and I'm not going anywhere except for down. I know how this thing is going to end."
Yeah.
Yeah, and it ended as predicted.
Yeah.
On the lid.
So, I mean, you've gotten to travel to, all the West Coast event this year in the past couple of years. What's been your favorite to go compete at?
Jeez, I don't know if I have a favorite. Baghdad's great because it's hard on the cars, and just everybody seems to struggle. So it's a great competition. I really like Baghdad.
Yep, I second that. For whatever reason, even though it seems like it's very hard on the equipment, I really like the venue. It's close. I like it.
I think the best part of it is it's kind of like our wheeling down here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything moves. So we're kind of used to that. And we just work our way through it. So we're used to stuff moving.
Yeah. So what do you think about Farmington? I mean, that's in your state even.
But we haven't won that yet.
Haven't even. Yeah, Farmington is a curse for us. For whatever reason, we don't even make it on the podium on that one.
Yeah,
for some reason,
there's an orange curse. That comes up from Mexico.
Yeah. Very true. Well, Farmington is great. So Farmington is a great location. If I have to rate it, just even going for recreational wheeling, not just for the comp, I would probably put that like on my number 2 spot in the States. Farmington is great. The exposure you have, the technicality of the trails, where you really start at a certain level, need to use all the tools you have available. But then you can run at the same time. You can run a trail with a more or less stock Jeep and a highly modified rear steer car, and they all gonna get their fill on it, right? So I kind of like that on Farmington. The surface is great. I like that sandrock there. So I like Farmington a lot.
So is your hometown there? Is that your favorite place to wheel?
For me, it is because it's close. It's in my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that you have the whole mountain range about an hour from where I live, and we have almost endless possibilities, right? So that's kind of nice. We don't have to plan 3 weeks in advance if we want to go wheel. Even if in the morning someone calls up and say, "Hey, I want to go wheel," okay, 45 minutes later, I'm ready and there almost, right? So that's kind of neat to have that freedom and that accessibility of having all that public land available for us and be able to use it.
Yeah, we are definitely very jealous of that here in the Midwest, where our so we open an off-road park here in Kansas. It's about an hour and 40 minutes from our house. The next closest place is almost 3 hours. And then like really any good wheeling stuff for us is somewhere in that 6 to 7 hour range to go get to, really good stuff. It is some of my favorite stuff in the country, but yeah, being able to just run out the back of your cul-de-sac like these guys in Farmington or even Sand Hollow is yeah, that's pretty crazy. So
The problem with it is you can't keep tires on your rig. I run what they call slickies instead of stickies.
yeah. Well,
They're
we
bold.
we run into that anyways. It's we run through tires, but it's a lot more work.
Well, that's where they work good, is when they're bald.
Yeah, exactly.
They are
Yeah.
working well.
Ernie is proof of that. That's the second set you run on slicks.
Yeah.
So jumping all the way back, when did you guys start wheeling, and what did you start? What were you driving when the first time you guys got into, maybe not even rock crawling, but I guess that's pretty much what a trail would be called in out there. You guys come from definitely different backgrounds. How did you both end up in wheeling?
So first, because my story is probably a lot shorter.
Go ahead. Start with you.
So I guess the first exposure to going off road, if you will, not rock crawling, but just off road, I had that in the German military. With luckily enough the military equipment, so I didn't have to worry about having to pay to fix it, right? But so something like that, rock crawling, like we have it over here, off-roading, the freedom of just exploring the backcountry, you don't really have that in Europe anywhere. It's too small. There's not enough resources for that. So my first real exposure was about 15 years ago on one of my tours that I went over here to El Paso, and I bought one of the most capable rigs you can get. It was a Grand Cherokee.
Yep.
And it had a freaking fantastic 2-inch budget lift on it. So I was a king of the world. I went on a trail ride with a group and I saw Jeeps on 33s, 35s, doing stuff that just blew my mind away. And so I looked at that. I said, I want that. So then I went off. I went back to Germany, back and forth. And once I came back over in 2012, that's when I bought my CJ7. Carbureted, 258, all the stock stuff, more or less.
Yeah.
And it just kind of spiraled down from there. There was always more, there was always bigger, there was always, okay, so what's next? What's next? You get to a certain point, you think, man, if I ever can do this trail, I'm the guy. And then you start doing the trail and you see other folks and other things. All right, guess it's not the end yet. So there's more. And it just spiraled out of control from there ever since. And up to the point where I built this car myself. So that's my story.
Yeah, mine is I've always wheeled trucks. I've never even looked at Jeeps. Wasn't interested in them. Didn't care about them. It was just my trucks. We have the lake down there, so we wheeled the beaches and all the mountains around us. We just went through what we could in the trucks, and then think it was somewhere around 2016 or something like that. May have been a little earlier. I traded my 78 Ford for the Jeep that I have now. It's a 92 YJ. And it was built, had somebody wasted a lot of money on axles. It had the Dana 35 with chromoly axles, air lockers. Well, I couldn't keep that rear end underneath it, kept breaking the housings and everything. Swapped it all out. And then wasn't even really doing any rock crawling with it. I was learning it, I guess. So 2018, I started out doing some trails with Christian. We met on a trail with old school 4x4. And we'd go run a trail, camp overnight, and then go back on Sunday. So that was pretty interesting. And then through them, I met the Las Cruces 4-Wheel Drive Club. And right away, I helped them fix some trails. And then that same year, I believe it was 2018, I started leading trails for the Chili Challenge right off the bat, rock crawling, and that really got me into it. And I had to do a ton of spotting leading these trails.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people with some really nice rigs, but don't know how to use them.
Yeah, that's true. So that's where you've honed your spotting skills, was getting involved with the Chili Challenge then?
I believe so, because I had to learn to spot a stock Jeep, a built Jeep, buggies. So I had to read what everything was doing, and it really helped me get an eye for the spotting part of it.
Which is kind of interesting, because when we go out wheeling, just the local group, if you will, we don't really spot each other. I mean, unless you ask for it, unless you're really in a mess, there is no spotting. There is okay, figure it out, right? So, but Ernie has the capability of just, he observes the car and then he knows how to kind of get them through, right? So that obviously made it easy to be, hey Ernie, how about we do something really stupid and go down a rabbit hole that we will never recover from ever. Mentally, financially, and in any other kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me a little bit about, you guys just had the Chili Challenge. Tell me a little bit about what that is now, and how to get involved with that.
You go online to chilichallenge.org, and you can get signed up online for the event. You got from mild to wild wheeling down there. I mean, you want to take a dirt road and just cruise around, you can do that. There's somebody leading those roads. Moderate, easy, hard, extreme. This year was one of the biggest events we've had for extreme rock crawlers. We had the most buggies we've ever had since I started doing it.
Wow.
And it was really nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I know one of the things that I'd heard somebody say was that the Chili Challenge is too hard for mildly built Jeeps and things like that. But I know for sure where you guys are now, you have access to all kinds of varying trails that you don't have to have a buggy to run the big waterfalls like down in Cruces and things like that.
No, and we have all levels of trails. I would almost say, on the contrary, when someone says something like that, because up until a few years ago, we were complaining to ourselves all the time that we don't have enough hard and more extreme trails, right? To go even you're running the same 6, 7, 8 trails over and over again. So no, there's all variety. Everybody can come from a stock rig to the heavily modified rear steer car. There's something for everyone, and you get your fix.
Yeah, I saw some of the videos that came out from the last from just a couple weeks ago here. But do you guys have any of the kind of the Cruces waterfall terrain that Chili Challenge was kind of, I guess, known for? Do you still have some of that terrain up there, or is it
Absolutely.
is it different? Okay.
No, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little different rock, if you will, but there's the obstacle characteristics. So you have you have a mixture. Some trails are a little more on the loose end side, on the loose boulder side, and you have to maneuver boulders. And then there are other trails that you really hit just waterfall after waterfall after waterfall. So again, there's pick your poison. But yeah, the classic Let's Cruise the Chile Challenge waterfall areas, those are at the Caballo Lake as well.
Very
They're
cool.
around.
Well, it's definitely been on my list. Let's not talk about how many years, but since I was a kid, reading the magazines and all that, Chili Challenges has just been a staple in the off-road community. So, and it's one I have not attended. So it's definitely something that is on my list for sure. And Caleb just likes to wheel, so he doesn't really care where we go.
Yeah, I'm down to wheel anywhere.
You only missed out on, like, what was it now, 33, 32 years?
Yeah.
33. So no worries.
Right.
No worries. You only missed this much.
Yeah. So you're saying I had plenty of opportunities.
Some could say that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about what you guys are thinking for next season.
We're retiring.
Yeah. Putting everything up for sale, and what is it? Raising giraffes, or
Oh yeah,
learning to do haircuts?
yeah. Ernie's gonna go to barber school, and Christian's gonna raise giraffes.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. All right. Good job.
I think from B, the only place to go is down to C, right?
As far as a bigger challenge?
Yes.
That would be a bigger challenge, yeah.
That is a great class.
It is.
We enjoy watching those guys.
Yeah. There are two extremely difficult classes in WERock, and those are both Sportsman C and Pro Mod. So either one of those are very very challenging classes with the vehicles. So
but one you get to look good doing because you'll be in a Jeep or Toyota.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but it kind of loops back around how it all started with the disqualification of tire size. So it kind of narrows it down to only one option for us right now.
Well, I mean, you guys are doing extremely well in Sportsman B, and it's definitely fun watching you guys there. So, yeah.
No, well, next year is going to be a little different. I mean, I know we talked about it. I think it was amazing to see how fast that world traveled when I was up there at Trail Hero. That made us round. Yeah. So yeah, next year we're going to try out and see how we do in Pro. And yeah, we're either going to run out of talent, out of money, out of car, out of health, or all of it together. But yeah, contrary to my original thoughts, because even up to Farmington and a couple days after, I was not a fan of that. I was Sportsman B is good. I like to keep the car alive. Not saying that it would necessarily die, right? But it's kind of neat to come home and then, hey, next weekend we go wheeling. I don't have to. The chances of having some catastrophic are a little slimmer. So even talking to others up there was like, nah, we're good. And then we came back from nationals, and I was sitting in the garage and looking at the car and thinking about life and purpose of it, and it kind of was we got most of the check boxes, and why not? You know what? Why not? Let's try it and see what happens. I know. And after I upped the health insurance and the life insurance, the wife bought into it as well.
So from what I'm hearing, so you sat there contemplating life, and the answer to life was to run Pro Mod.
That is an interesting context you got there, but yes, I haven't even thought about it like that. Yeah, or to end that misery real quick.
Well, Pro Mod is very different from Sportsman B. I think it'll be a completely different feel. But it's I think it's a fun family to be a part of on the Pro Mod side. the gate is wider, so it's more about the rock, and then figuring out how to maybe run over a cone to avoid the rock. But there's just something about if you're in pro mod doing the big obstacle on that course for that you even see maybe the rear steer guys have to fight, and then you go out there and you show them how to do it in a pro mod. I don't think there's anything like it, because pro mod has such a challenge, and it takes so much to get through those 4 gates. And it's probably got to be one of the most rewarding classes you could probably, just getting through the course is such a big reward, But maybe you could get a trophy too.
Sell it to us. We already committed. He's trying to sell it to us. But I like what he's saying. Yeah.
No, I'm selling it to the tens of people that could be watching that may want to run pro mod.
Yeah, both of us are definitely huge pro mod fans. Like, it's always been my favorite class. I do like the pro trail, if it had, as long as it has some of the Jeep characteristics or whatever, you're trying to look for. But
the Samurai that Rick has.
Yeah.
One of the things I did in that thought process while I was there sitting in my garage and thinking about life, was, and I also looked at scorecards, and I pulled up some old videos, looked at that stuff, and it kind of appeared a different perspective. And then specifically comparing it to the scorecards, that thought process seems to be a little different. So how far can we make it? I think we're adjusting, and we talked about that already. Adjusting it's not necessarily how fast can we finish the course, but how far can we make it actually?
Yeah.
And keep everything, and keep the rubber side down. And then funny enough, after I kind of had my thought process going and settled my thoughts, I called Ernie up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely, let's do this." I said, "Wow, that was very little hesitant." Oh yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. I think you guys will really adjust well to pro mod. I think like I said, that first time I saw you on course, manipulating that vehicle, it was like there's a team right there that can manipulate a rig.
They know what they're doing,
and I think you'll go above and beyond in pro mod. You'll find all of that come together, from running Sportsman B and running the extreme trails at Chili Challenge. Like, you'll find, I think, a good place in pro mod.
Yeah, both Crystal and Aaron are on tonight, and pro mod as well, and they're cheering you on from the comment section. Aaron says, "Welcome to the pro mod family." What did
Crystal said? Hell yeah! In Reno, you thought I was crazy. And Rich, let's go have fun.
That's when she told us in Reno that she's gonna run pro mod. That was actually my reaction. Oh, you must be Rich.
Yeah.
And never mind.
But yeah, definitely, Braxton and Aaron and Brett do a great job of thinking outside of the box, and that's where pro mod requires so much thinking outside of the box, is to, if you're backing through a gate, you can always wash down the rear and steer the front up around. I mean, there's so many different things to try and pull off with a drag axle car that, there's a lot of
thinking and planning for a drag axle to get through the course. And I mean, like I said, you guys definitely already kind of had that when you first started in B. And I think it'll be awesome to see you out on the courses on the pro side. And I know Crystal did. She jumped up in Farmington, which was a hard place to jump up. And even with a couple rollovers, kind of starting off her day, it looks like she's sticking in pro mod, and has been all smiles about moving up.
Yeah, no, she did phenomenal. And as you guys know, you get there in the Glade Recreation area in Farmington, and things go vertical there. It's unbelievable what you can do with a car, and the limits just have gotten pushed every year there. And I mean, it's unbelievable what you can do with a car. And so 2019 was our first time in Farmington in Pro Mod.
Yep, that was my
And-
first time in Farmington.
Yeah, in Farmington at all. And
Yep.
I mean, that's an
And we
intimidating
found
place.
the top to bottom.
Yeah, we did fall off some stuff too, so
Yep.
it happens.
I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, Caleb's issue was his spotter, so I was just standing there watching him crash. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like-
Made a good picture.
I was just mad at him that he rolled out of bounds. I was like, dang it. And I was like, oh, yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
But I'm also excited about just number one, obviously the different courses, and Caleb, have mercy. Just throw it out there.
Yeah.
The different courses, the different folks, partially different folks. I mean, Crystal has moved into Pro Mod. I know there's a couple other guys that were thinking about it and halfway committed to it. So I hope they'll keep up with that. That'd be great. To be in that field, be with those guys and gals. I'm looking forward to that. And then it's just different when you look at. I mean, we had in B the last couple of years. There was like an average of, I don't know, let's say about 20 cars almost per vehicle on the western side, right? So that's that's going to be interesting to be actually done before dinner, so which makes that class super competitive, you know. So
Oh, yes.
I would hate for anyone to down talk on B. That is a murder class, and folks take it serious. So that's not an easy thing right there.
Yeah, no, sportsman is no joke. There is no it's a whole different world over there on the sportsman side, and it is super competitive.
Yeah.
All right, well, did you have anything else? This was my list of questions that I had. Did you have anything for our 2025 Sportsman B Brannick Motorsports National Champions?
I don't think so. I think we've been able to cover quite a bit tonight.
Yeah.
Is this a moment where we undress?
All right, cut the feed. Go to commercial. Well, congratulations, you guys. Thank you so much, Ernie. I know you drove over an hour to come be on tonight, and thank you guys so much for being a part of the WERock family and taking time out of your busy week to come on and spend some time with us, and hopefully allow everyone else to get to learn a little bit about you guys. And we're super excited to have you coming over onto the Pro Mod side. It's going to be. We were talking about who, speculating who we think is running in what class next year and this and that, and we're like, well, all right, this. I don't think this guy's going to do this, but we got these three other people that are talking about this, and next thing we know, we're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so insane. So I think it's going to be an awesome season for 26, and not quite ready yet, but we are very close. I mean, we're not far away from kicking off things in February coming up in Arizona. So
comes faster than you think. That's already excited.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on with us. We look forward to having you out on course with us again in 26. So congratulations on the rear view, and we're excited for what's coming up.
So, thanks for having us. Before we part ways, though, if you don't mind, we don't have sponsors, but we have folks that support us. Maybe a discount, maybe helping here and there by providing other assistance, whatever, right? So a big shout out to Privet Custom here in Las Cruces, Summit Machine, Tom Woods drive shafts, Red Flow suspension technology, Battleborn wheels, Axle off-road helmets, Tire Ride, and Lewis Truck and 4x4. All those folks helped us throughout the last few years in one way or another. Again, we're not sponsored, but we appreciate everyone who helps us with a little bit here and there discount or even just the motivation on the side, that already.
So probably even Skip.
Yeah, see, I
even
left
Skip.
him off the list for a reason. We named him at least 6 times already, so his head is swollen, and he's probably hopping in a circle right now.
Awesome. Yeah, and it does. It takes a lot of people to to support teams that are out there and traveling like you guys do and making all the events. And thank you for making sure that you got some shout outs to those guys that keep you guys out on the road and coming to events. So
That doesn't mean we would neglect any future offers from any other folks that might think, hey, there's an upcoming promo team, and they're not only drive good, but they also look pretty. So
yeah. So we could probably maybe like a clothier, like a tuxedo place or something like that might be a good fit too.
I'm not picky.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on with us. And we'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Great guys, and do a phenomenal job. Like we talked about, moving a car through the WERock courses, and I'm super excited to see what they have in store for the 8 courses next season.
It is awesome to see some teams moving up into the pro side. There's just something about being on the pro courses. I don't know how to describe it. It's just such an amazing thing to be a part of. And I know the sportsman side is super competitive. Yep. And I'm sure it's very similar. But to be on those big courses doing, the biggest stuff out there, it really makes you feel like a little bit of a hero.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think there's going to be a big strategy difference, on the pro side too. Like Christian said, having you just have to finish courses. Well, figuring out how, the most efficient way to do that. And then this year, for 26, throwing in the 5 bonus gate, I think is going to be a whole nother thing to learn for everybody on when that comes into play, and is it worth the risk of,
not
trying
finishing,
to get those bonus points over
worth
there.
The risk of not finishing, or is somebody going to be able to finish and get a good score, or is the person that sends it for that bonus, are they actually going to end up with a better score?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm excited. That's all there is about it. It's going to be here quick, but I am so ready for another season. So, all right. Well, with that, thank you guys for tuning in to another WERock Wednesday. As always, I want to thank Laser Nut, Maxxis Tires, Metal Cloak Suspension, Brannick Motorsports, Behemoth Drivetrain, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive,
Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio.
Next Wednesday with SEMA and Texas Top Gun going on, but we do have special guest Axel from Axel Helmets will be on with us next week, so make sure you guys tune in for that, and we will see you next Wednesday.